You're like, oh, now I do.
I know. I'm like wondering if me at like consistently asking people is what made them sick, and now they're like, I'm brainwashed. I think I'm
But yeah,
sick.
that's why like you were not sick. Stop it.
Yeah,
I did start to feel a sore throat, but
your immune system was like, no.
I was like, my kid is it.
I feel like it could be like a mental thing too.
Yeah, no, I literally started to feel sick when you texted me.
Oh
Like,
God.
is it just my brain? And I do that all the time. Like, with the COVID stuff, I used to always think I had COVID because I've like someone I knew got it, and I'm like, relax, that's in your head.
Yeah. Have you ever had COVID?
I only tested once, but I for sure had it.
Okay. Yeah, this was like my third time having it.
The worst.
Yeah.
It's literally just on the fingers.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing else that's even like blanket.
No, you're just like, it's painful and you're like so tired.
Yeah, it's much worse than a cold.
Yeah.
People are like, it's just a cold. It's just like a cold. No, it's worse than a cold.
Do you have any body aches and everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was like when I first got it, I woke up at like 3 AM, like I felt like 1,000 pounds were like on my body.
Oh.
And I was like, this is COVID. And then I like waited for urgent care to open and then just get a test.
Yeah. No, she's sick. It's just us 5 today. And hi, Katya.
Yeah.
We were saying everyone got sick except for you two. Yeah. I think we all definitely gave something to each other. But we're bonded for life now. Yeah, that's true.
Literally everyone got sick that weekend. I just don't get
Oh, you knew other people who got sick? What the heck?
Yeah, I knew a lot of people got sick that
Maybe the Halloween parties?
Yeah.
I don't know. I always get sick around Halloween. Katya, you could hear me, right, babe?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Let me turn off the music 1 second. Okay, guys. We're still waiting on Caitlin said she's gonna join the Zoom in just a second. While we wait for her, let's I actually want to start with a recap before we go into today's what we're going to go into first. Oh, here's Caitlin. I think starting with a recap would be good. Hi, Caitlin.
Hey.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And just act like you're here. If you have a question, just unmute yourself or type it in the chat. You don't have to like pretend like you're not here. Okay. So let's first start by going over what our new training schedule is. Okay, so the new training schedule is this weekend in person. So today, tomorrow, 1:30 to 6:30, or you have the option to Zoom in. And then we are gonna do another Zoom. Let me look at my calendar, sorry. Another Zoom this Monday, November 6th. and then another Zoom November 13th.
And you're gonna record those. so we can
Yeah.
watch them later.
And those will be recorded in case you're not able to join.
So is this gonna be talking about the machines, like?
It's just gonna be like a makeup for making up, the 2 days that we missed last weekend. So we're just gonna go over whatever we need to go over that we didn't get to this weekend.
You show the machine, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I was just, I mean, I would rather. be in person.
yeah. It's just that getting everyone's schedules, I don't know. I know, cause you also missed like the
Yeah.
weekend before.
Well, I'm not, and also, I'm working till 6 and I have to drive to get home.
Yeah,
So I miss these Zooms, but this place is very close to me. I was just thinking that I start my job earlier on Monday, and then come to the studio right after.
okay. Yes, okay, I'm gonna address that, 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Zooms on November 6th and November 14th will be 5 to 7:30 PM. And again, that's just like to make up for the last weekend. And then the graduation is just November 17th.
17th.
Yes, not 18th, just 1 day.
Oh, no Sunday, just Saturday. Yeah,
Wait.
18th is a Sunday.
This is what Leah told me. Sorry. 1 second. Yeah, that's weird that it's a Friday. Maybe she meant Saturday. Hold on, let me text her. Okay, I texted her to confirm that, so we'll wait to hear back from her. And then if you want to practice more in the studio, you can set up a one-on-one with me or just come into the studio by yourself. So you can come into the studio by yourself, or you could bring a friend to practice on, or you could text me and I will meet you at the studio to help you guys practice. So I want you guys to not feel like you're not getting enough practice time in before your mock class. And then let's wait to hear back from Leah and I'll let you guys know what she said about that. But I'm sure she meant November 18th is the mock class. Can everyone make that? No,
Saturday?
yeah, November 18th.
It's like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then you can have notes and.
Yeah. Yes, because when you first start teaching, you're gonna probably use notes anyways, but try not to teach like this.
Yeah.
Now lay down on your head, like put it on the side and like be discreet about it.
I guess she said the 18th when she said the. Yeah.
Okay, so she must have just said that accidentally said 17th. So 90% sure, the mock class graduation is on 18th. Are you guys able to make the 18th? Everyone? Katya?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
amazing. And so I just want to tell you guys that like when you taught, not last weekend, but the weekend before, I remember we all did the practice teaching on each other, like you guys would have all passed. So please don't feel like, oh, I'm not gonna pass because I haven't had time to practice and stuff. Like you guys all would have passed with how you taught. Not last weekend, the weekend before. So. I hope that eases any fears. And you and I can, you and I can meet up to practice, because I know you didn't get to practice teach that
Yeah.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah, me and we can practice tomorrow. I'm coming to your class.
Oh, yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
after our class.
Yeah.
I'll stay here
Mm-hmm,
and practice teaching.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds good. Okay, so we got that, so in person or option to join through Zoom this weekend. Then Zoom, Monday, November 6th and 14th, 13th, November 6th and 13th, 5 to 7:30 p.m. If you can't make that, it's gonna be recorded for you to watch on your own time. And then actual graduation and mock class is November 18th, 1:30 to 6:30, probably will end sooner than 6:30. And you will be able to come in, like whenever there's not classes happening, to come in and practice with me or by yourself or bring a friend. The studio is like totally open for you guys to practice as much as you need. Okay, any questions before we move on?
Are we gonna practice with each other on the 18th? I mean.
Yes, we're on the 18th.
Okay.
We're definitely gonna, like at the beginning, have time to practice before you actually do your mock
Oh.
classes. Yeah, that's important. And then, and we can throw, like, you guys let me know if you like on Friday night, I teach Friday nights. So if on Friday night you guys wanna come in and like do a little mini training session before graduation, like we could do that.
What's the last time that you went? Was it 5:30?
I'll be done at 5:45. So yeah, if you guys all want to come in at like 6 p.m, we could do like a little extra 3-hour session. 2 to 3 hour session, if you want. Let's just actually make that a for sure thing. So Friday, November 17th. It's optional, you don't have to come. Friday, November 17th. It's optional, you don't have to come, but if you want to, come in at 6 p.m. and we can practice before your graduation day.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And you can take my class if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions before we move on? Sorry, you guys, I can only like see my boobs, I'm sorry. Okay, so today we're gonna go over injuries, limitations, pregnancies, how to modify for special populations and pregnant people. But before we do that, I just think it's really important we do a recap, just because we didn't meet last weekend. So I just want to refresh your brains and remind you guys of all the stuff we've learned so far, okay? So we're gonna go over the anatomy of the machine, the anatomy of the body, posture, and breathing. Okay, I'm gonna adjust you guys so you guys can see the machine. Let's see, I might have to put this on your phone. It's just so, okay, all right. I feel like I need to turn up my brightness. There we go. Alrighty, so the anatomy of a machine. Okay, let me move this stuff. Machine.
That's a good question.
Huh.
So once you start a class, you usually ask everyone who is the first time in Pilates, and then you have like your 5 minutes over, like go over the machines with them.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's a good question. So for new people. By the way, let me see, make sure this is recording.
Is this necessary for all the new students to do that?
Oh, it is recording. Okay, yeah, so her question is, when you have a new student, do you take them over the machine and like give them the anatomy of the machine? The answer is yes, you do. Anytime you have a new person, you show them the machine and how it works. You don't have to give them in depth every single thing, because that was just too overwhelming for them. The main thing is if they've never been on a machine before, I tell them it's just like an exercise machine in a gym. It's just like an all-in-one. You get your full body, we lie on it, we plank on it, we lunge on it, we're at the front, we're at the back, we're all over the place. Your first few classes, you'll feel very confused, so just like copy the people next to you. And the main things I'll show them is that the springs, like when you lift this up, be careful, it slams down pretty harshly. I'll tell you what springs to put on. Make sure when you hook them on, you don't cross them, because a lot of people do that. Put the hook right in front of the spring. And then I always tell them that this is the only part of the machine that moves. Be careful standing on it, because you'll fall off if there's no, like, if there's hardly any springs on. Just tell them what, so basically just tell them it's like an exercise machine in a gym. But it's full body. Tell them about the springs, and that you as the instructor will tell them what colors to put on if anything is too light or heavy. Have them let you know. And then the other thing is just tell them to, if they stand on here, they'll put 2 feet here first, put 2 feet on the front or back platform first. So you don't have anyone falling off your reformer. But yeah. You don't want to overwhelm them with too much information, but you just want to give them enough so that they're safe throughout class.
You show them the weights and the back of the flat.
I don't show them like every little detail. I really just show them the springs and tell them, like, don't stand on here because you'll fall off. Otherwise, they're just like, it's one in, one ear off. I'll be like, it'd make more sense after the, like, once you're doing it, just copy the people next to you.
Yeah.
And if you have someone show up late, that's new, I would not let them in for that reason. That's why it's like, oh, you're late and you're new, I'm sorry, I can't let you in. But like, if you're late and you've come a lot of times, then of course we'll let you in. But when you're new, it's just not as safe to let someone in, if they've never been on the machine before. And it'll be really stressful and disruptive of your class. Good question.
Yeah.
Any questions about that with new people?
So I had a mock-up class with my moms and my friend last week.
That's good.
Yeah, so one of the challenges that I had, it was a spring. Like my mom, she wanted to get it like very light, and then my friends wanted to get it heavy, and then they both are trying to keep changing their springs.
Yeah.
So that was the challenge. Like, what do you recommend?
Yes, that, like, I say don't, basically tell your students in a nice way that you know what springs for each
Yeah.
exercise and they don't, because making an exercise heavier doesn't necessarily make it harder.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a plank on one blue spring, that's gonna be like awkward, and it's gonna be easy because, well, it's not gonna be easy, but if you do a plank on 2 orange springs, it's gonna be easy. If you do it on a lighter spring, it's gonna be harder because you have to use your abs more.
Yeah.
So you just tell them that like they don't know the right spring for each exercises, because just because you make an exercise heavier doesn't necessarily make it harder, and vice versa for easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just saying, let me tell you what springs to put on.
Yeah.
In a nice way. Yeah.
I mean, 2 orange, 1 yellow, it's like a medium.
1 orange, 1 yellow. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, basic for planks. Yeah, but if you're back here doing a plank, 1 orange, 1 yellow is very hard.
I know.
If you're
That
up here,
is
then-
harder than that.
Yeah, the back of the machine is harder, so, yeah. Okay, so going over the anatomy of the machine, just a refresher, this is called a reformer or megaformer, or I just call it a machine. It's technically the first megaformer, but, if you guys are gonna be teaching in like a more classical Pilates studio, it's called a reformer. So I just call it the machine. This is front platform. Back there's the back platform. This is the carriage. This is the only part of the machine that moves. Shoulder posts. Neck goes in between that. Long straps or loops. Here are the handles. Sorry, I have like every spring on right now. Under here is the springs. Okay, on like other, most Pilates machines, you don't have to lift the front platform up. It's just like open, you can just change the springs. But yeah, springs, yellow is lightest, orange is medium, blue is heaviest. Front foot bar. Back there's the back foot bar. Up here's the bungee. Back there's the ankle strap. Inside are the short baby handles. And then inside is like the well. Or you could put it, you can say shelf. Any questions on the anatomy of the machine? Move you guys back over here. Okay. Now the anatomy of the body. Sorry, let me lift this a little higher. Okay, anatomy of the body. Shoulders, deltoids, bicep, tricep, chest or pecs. What's this? Up and down. Yes, rectus abdominis. What's this? Transverse abdominis. What are these? Quads. Back here, hamstrings. What's the biggest part of the butt? Maximus. What's like the side? Is medius. What's the smallest part of the butt? Gluteus minimus. Calves. Is that it? Oh yeah. Lats. Lats is like right here, the sides of your ribs to your back. Oh yes. Outer hips, abductors, inner thighs, adductors. Obliques, yes, thank you. Obliques, the side of the abs, the waist. I think that's it. I mean, that's not it. There's more, but that's all you need to know for the training. Okay, so this is in your book. And also I sent you guys an email with all the muscles. Remember that? That's a good reference point for like the test.
The email.
Yeah, the email, but in your book, if you want to see like every little muscle in the body, it's page 14 and 15 in your book. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my tea real quick, 1 second. Okay. Any questions before we move on? So we did anatomy of the machine. We went over anatomy of the body. Let's go over neutral spine and posture. So correct posture is ribs. Correct posture is long through your spine, out through your neck, up through the crown of your head. So your tallest self. Ribs pulled in, belly pulled in, pelvis, your lower abs pulled up, like you're zipping up tight jeans. So remember we say, scoop the belly, pull the navel into the spine, pull up in your pelvis instead of tucking, any tucking. You're always in neutral spine pretty much throughout the entire class, unless you're like doing a crunch. Because when you do a crunch, you push your lower back deep down into the machine, you imprint your lower back into the machine. But in the starting position of a crunch, you're in neutral spine, so you're just natural. But at the top of the crunch, you're not in neutral spine. You're pushing your lower back down into the machine, imprinting your lower back into the machine, drawing your navel to your spine. When you do a plank, you're just in neutral spine. But some people will be like this, and then you'll want to tell them what? You'll want to tell them scoop in your belly or pull your navel into your spine. So I think those two phrases is what you're gonna say like the most in class is scoop your lower belly in, scoop your abs in, or draw your navel into your spine, pull your belly button into your spine. Navel into spine, belly button into spine, scoop the lower abs. When we lunge on the machine, you can stay upright or you can hinge forward. But just make sure you don't hunch. Make sure when you're upright, you don't arch. You're always drawing your ribs, abdominals, pelvis in, long through your spine, not through your crown, not through the crown of your head. You're always long spine, either if you're hinging or you're upright. But if someone says, my knee hurts, or I feel it too much in my quad and not in my butt, what do you say? You say hinge forward more into your lunge. So it's going to take the impact out of the knee. It's going to help you activate the glute. And it's your choice for how you want to teach your lunge. A lot of times I'll just say everyone just hinge forward. Because I know everyone wants to feel it in their butt. That's optional, or you can stay upright, or you can hinge forward if you want. So as long as the knee's not going too in front of the ankle, all your weight stays in your front heel, your back leg stays straight, long, and mostly dead weight. But there is like one lunge you should teach with the hinge always is like the floor lunges. So I'm gonna move you guys. Sorry, Maria, I gotta use your machine. So for like, all right, let me take all these things down. So with like reverse floor lunge, you can't have them stay upright because they're probably gonna arch their back since their back leg is so much higher than their front leg. You want to teach them to hinge in this one. Just to avoid the arch in the back. And then like a regular floor lunge at the front. Can you angle the camera towards me a little bit? Thank you. Regular floor lunge. You probably want to teach a slight hinge forward. Because if you stay upright, the leg is so much higher than the other leg that it's just gonna make your back arch and expand the ribs and belly. So you want to hinge forward a little bit so you can pull in the ribs and belly and not arch the back. Any questions about that? Thank you. Okay, moving on, recapping breath. So number one is just you want to tell your students like breathe however you want, but as long as you're not holding your breath. make sure you are breathing. Because people do tend to hold their breaths when they're stressed or when they work out. So just like reminding them to breathe is just good overall. Pilates breath is inhale through the nose, exhale out through a straw, like you're blowing out a candle. And I will teach Pilates breath when class gets difficult. When class gets hard, it's helpful to remind them to do the Pilates breath because it really does help you get through the exercises. And then you always want to teach the breath in a crunch. Inhale as you rest, exhale as you crunch. With regular crunches and also with kneeling crunches. Inhale, slide the carriage out. Exhale, crunch the carriage in. Same with like pike to plank. Pike to plank's a good one to teach breath too. Inhale to your plank, exhale to your pike, because pike to plank is like crunch on your hands and feet. And also when you teach breaths, you always want to teach to exhale on the hardest part of the exercise. So for a lunge, inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Or with a bicep curl. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. Teach the exhale on the hard part of the exercise. Or tricep extension. Inhale, bend, exhale, extend. Inhale, bend, exhale, extend. You usually always teach the exhale on the extension. Or the contraction. When you're contracting the muscle the most, it's when you teach the exhale. But otherwise, don't get like too in your head about teaching the breath. Just teach it on the crunches when class gets hard and whenever you feel like it would be helpful to teach it. Whenever what it feels natural for you will feel natural for the class, for the people in the class. Any questions about that? Okay, and then let's go over what you guys are teaching for your mock class. You're teaching like probably like 1 minute or less, honestly, realistically, of like a mindfulness portion, unless you're doing like leg circles. If you're doing like a bunch of leg circles and some stretching, then you can like go up to like 5 minutes. And then you're going to teach core around 5 minutes of abdominal work. You could do some crunching and then some planks, or you can start with some kneeling crunching and then go into planks. And then you're teaching, what is it, like 9 minutes of legs? Eight-ish, 8 minutes of legs, 4 minutes each per leg. Unless you're like doing an inner thighs or outer thighs portion, then you're probably teaching 2-ish minutes per leg. And then, or 3-ish minutes per leg, and then the rest of the time inner or outer thighs.
Quick question, so
And then last is and then last is arms, you do like 5 minutes of arms, and there you have your 20-minute mock class. Okay, what's your question?
So the sample workout that you have given to us is just like the 45-minute sample?
Yeah.
For the leg part, if I'm doing inner.
Wait, one second. Can you guys hear the questions they're asking? I want to make sure they can hear you guys' questions.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
Oh, not really.
Can you guys you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you guys say your questions loud so they can hear?
I'm actually going to ask another question. Can we practice one of the sample workouts that we
Can you teach that as your audition, or
Yeah.
not audition, mock class?
Yeah,
Okay, so her question was, so Leah sent everyone mock classes. And she's asking if you can just teach one of those for your graduation. And my answer is probably, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure, yeah, I think I think I want you guys to practice your own that you make up. So, but if you want to do what she wrote, you can do that.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm thinking to make a combination of various and books.
That's good. That's a good idea. Yeah.
I have a question.
What's your
I'm gonna
question?
do it loud so they can hear.
Uh-huh.
So when we're doing the legs, I'm doing, of course, like, each side, left, right, and inner thigh. Should I do outer?
No, you don't have to.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't have to do outer thighs. You could do inner or outer or both.
oh, okay.
Rarely I do both inner and outer, but sometimes I do. It's your choice.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So last weekend, you guys taught your leg series. Well, I think Saturday you did just your ab series. Sunday you just did your leg series. So today, I want you guys to come practice teach your ab and your legs together. And then tomorrow we'll practice teach ab, legs, and arms. So basically practice teaching your whole routine. I think before going into that, I'm gonna teach you guys. Do you think that would be helpful to teach you guys the abs and legs routine? Okay. And then you guys can watch. So okay. Any questions before we move on to practice teaching? No, okay. So this is what we're gonna do. What time is it?
It's true.
Does anyone need to move the car today?
I'm straight out to the thing.
Okay. So it's only 2 o'clock, so.
Yeah.
Okay, we have time. All right, so I'm gonna teach you guys an abs and a leg portion. I'm gonna give you 2 different examples of it. And then I'm gonna have you guys come up with your own abs and legs portion and then teach each other. Okay. And Caitlin and Katya, I'm just gonna have you guys watch me teach them. And then I'm gonna have you guys write your own abs and legs portion. And I know we already wrote an abs and legs portion 2 weekends ago, but maybe this weekend you're inspired to do a different type of routine. But if you're not inspired to do a different type of routine, just really nail down the routine that you have in mind. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys so you can see the class. Let's see. And then you guys take off all your books off your machine because we're about to work out. Let's see, I'm trying to see the best spot for you guys. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, let me get my mic. Any specific exercises you guys want me to run?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So, I wanna, for the stretch from the beginning, can we have, okay, so this is my question. So for mindfulness, it's just gonna be like 1-2 minutes, like they just lay on the couch or close your eyes.
Yeah,
That's it, like, can we include the stretch too?
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so I'm just thinking to have like a leg circles and, for the beginning, for the mindfulness.
Yeah.
And then at the end, 5 minutes stretch.
No, and for your mock class, you don't even have to teach, the last ab and, stretching. You're done at arms.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so for the mock class, it's just mindfulness, abs, legs, arms, and then you're done. Yeah. So if you wanna do leg circles for your mock class, then I recommend doing it in the first like 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, let me get my. Mic together, 1 second.
Are we gonna have to do it with the mic and everything?
Yes. You gotta start someday. The mic is fun, it makes you feel like Britney.
Yes, because when I played the music with my speaker,
Mhm.
it was hard to just like yell.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing, when you're a teacher, you're gonna want your microphone, because I can't tell you how many times I've lost my voice from teaching.
Yeah.
And your voice is your moneymaker when you're a teacher, you need your voice, so if there's a studio like I'm auditioning at and they're like, oh, we don't have mics, I'm like, well, I don't wanna work here, cause.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a lot of teachers out there that, not a lot, but there's a few teachers out there that they'll lose their voice consistently,
Yeah.
and yeah, you don't want that, cause then you can't work, you can't make money.
That's fine.
Yeah, so the mic is important. Yeah, I just feel more comfortable with between like, but does the mic sound weird on Zoom?
It's okay.
That's fine. Okay, let me know, I can turn it down. Is it like echoing?
No, it sounds good now.
Okay. I feel like maybe I shouldn't put on music for Zoom sake, I'm not gonna put on music. So there's gonna be no vibe, sorry. No vibe for this class. All right. Let's start on 3 orange. We're just gonna do some abs and some legs. 3 orange springs, make sure you got 3 orange springs on. And I'm gonna lie down onto your back. Get comfortable, neck in between the shoulder posts. Grab your long straps, put them on over the arches of your feet. Extend your legs straight up to the ceiling, tug on your handles, ropes, or straps. Give a little tug, flex and point your feet, flex and point, tug and point. Then when you're ready, come to butterfly, so with the feet touching, knees out wide. You can be up or you can press them all the way down. Just taking a moment here to open up your hips. Then when you're ready, you're gonna go into some leg circles, extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Glue the top of your butt to the machine, open your legs out into your feet, press your legs down to meet together. And then bring your legs straight back up to the ceiling. Engage your core, but relax your face and shoulders. Go as wide as feels good here, don't go wider than what feels safe for your hip and back flexibility. Just stretching, strengthening, opening up the hips. Waking up the body. When you're ready, reverse the circle the other direction and go the other way. Beautiful. Once you feel done with your leg circles, take any last stretch you want to take before we take the straps off the feet. You can do happy baby, wedge straddle, butterfly. And then we'll eventually meet with the straps off of our feet and our hands and the handles. Start with our legs and arms straight up to the ceiling. Arms and legs straight up to the ceiling.
As you press down and crunch up, drop your right leg down into an L shape. And rest your head, arms and legs go straight back up to the ceiling, inhale. So arms and legs straight up, straight up, there we go. Now, as you press down and crunch up, drop your other leg down into an L shape. Good, inhale as you rest your head. Keep going for that at your own pace. Your legs could be really long and straight in this, or they could be a little bit more bent. Whatever feels best in your body. Lift from your abs, not your neck. Yeah, you can bring your foot all the way down and touch the platform if you want an extra challenge. Only if that feels okay in your back. If you need to modify for your neck, you can keep your head rested the entire time. Looks good, guys. Just a few more here. When you're ready, I want you to hold your crunch and switch your legs. L shape. Switch and switch. That's perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rest your head all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight hug. Little rock from side to side. Massage your back into the machine. When you're ready, grab your long loops. Your hands are going to go into the long loops, straps instead of the handles now. Extend your arms and legs, extend just your arms up above your chest to the ceiling, stack them on top of your shoulder like this. Then move your legs into butterfly shape. Feet touching, knees wide. As you press through, crunch up, open your legs out into a V. Inhale, rest your head, come back to starting position. Exhale, press through to crunch. Yes, you can open your legs as wide as feels good for that stretch. You can keep your head rested the entire time if you need to modify for your neck, your abs will still get something out of this. If you do, take your last 3, best 3. Final 2. And last one, best one. Or just rest your head, put your straps back over your shoulder post. One more thing, then we're gonna get up. Let's do L shape with the legs again. Reach opposite hand outside opposite ankle. Let's go fast. Get the heart rate up. Switch, switch, switch. Shoulders high. Twist the waist to work the waist. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, come on up. Change your springs to 1 yellow only. And we're gonna go to kneeling crunch. Let's do inchworm. Your knees are your front platform, elbows up by the white line. So feel free to look at me if you need a visual. You're gonna do 1 crunch, pause for a moment, and then do 1 saw. 1 crunch, and then 1 saw. Active squeeze in the belly. Slower you go, tighter you squeeze your belly, the more you're gonna get out of this. Maria, look at me, baby. Maria, look back at me, so go out and then in. Yep, and then crunch. Yes, good. Lighten your knees, because if you lean too much weight into your knees, you're going to be using your legs more than your abs. All right, let's grab our hips parallel to the ground. Now pulse the carriage out and out, out and out. Scoop, squeeze, breathe, go slow. Suck your lower abs in. Now slide your elbows in front of your shoulders and hold the tremble. Get extra spring on that. That's way too easy for you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up tight to plank. We're on our hands and feet. If you need to modify for your wrists, you can be on your elbows. If you need to modify the whole thing, you can be on your knees and elbows, doing a kneeling crunch. Beautiful. As your hips go higher and higher, toes get lighter and lighter. Scoop your lower abs, pike your hips up. Inhale to your plank. Exhale to your pike group. Gorgeous. Good 10 seconds. 9, 8 seconds. 7, 6 seconds. 5, 4 seconds. 3, 2. Hold your plank to finish. Hip dips. Then we go to legs. Drop your hips side to side. Scoop the belly. And 10 seconds for the legs in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So good, you guys. Okay. Change your springs to 1 orange, 1 yellow. And we'll start our balls, because there's a highlight, we're gonna do some strap work. Gonna lie down onto your left shoulder facing the elevate wall, so you can use your ball as a pillow, if you don't want to use your ball as a pillow, you can use your arm as a pillow. And once you lie down, get comfortable. First get comfortable, then put the strap over your right thigh, like you're putting on shorts. Okay, and let's start with this little circle up out and around 6:30. 6:30. Yeah, 6:30. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. For 10 seconds and reverse. 9, waking up that right glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse other direction. Core and right glute should be engaged. That's your focus. Everything else can be pretty relaxed. You don't need tension in your face, neck, jaw, and shoulders. Just your core and your right glutes. Just waking it up. Get 8 seconds. 7, 6 seconds. 5, 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay. Let's go to extension. You're gonna extend your leg long to the mirror and bend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. This orange is weak. Let me put on a different orange. There we go. Really hitting that gluteus maximus. Using the entire back of your right glute. Visualize it, squeeze it, initiate from it. Good, 12 more seconds here. 10. 8 more seconds here. 7. 6 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the strap over the right foot. So good. We're gonna sweep the leg from the elevate wall to the mirror. Extend the leg straight to the elevate wall and then bring it to the mirror. Oh, sorry, guys, I have to move you for a second. Really using the glutes and the back of the thigh hamstring. Now hold the leg long to the mirror, aiming at the very middle of your front platform. Hold it to the mirror, little circle about the size of an orange. Use the glute, visualize the glutes, initiate from the glutes. Good, 8 seconds, 7, 6 seconds, 5, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Breathe first. After this, we take the strap off. Big transition coming up. We're about to go to a reverse flow lunge. You're gonna have one yellow spring in 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful. Put your strap in. You can throw your ball into your well or your shelf. Just to get it out of the way for a second. One yellow spring. We're sitting on the elevate wall side of the machine. Look at me, follow me, copy me, do exactly what I do. Slide your carriage all the way to your back platform. Look behind you, tuck your left foot behind your carriage. Left fingertips on the silver pole. Square your hips and shoulders forward as you slide back, hinge forward from the waist. Lean it into your right heel. Then root down into your right heel to rise up. Inhale as you slide back. Exhale as you rise up. Yeah. Keep your left knee off the carriage. Engage your core about just as much as your right leg. Otherwise, you're going to strain your back. If this is hurting your joints at all, your knees, hips, back is hurting at all, you can do this on 0 springs modifier. Okay, so good, really beautiful. Almost on the right leg. It's really good before you finish. Give me a pulse. Go halfway up and down to your deepest step. Halfway up, down to your deepest step. Halfway up, down to your deepest step. Good. 6 seconds. Feel it. 5 seconds. 4, 3 seconds. 2, 1. Hold it your deepest step. Hinge forward. Lean your chest over your knee. Sit outside your comfort zone. For 8, lean into the trundle. Don't avoid it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, full range of motion to finish, all the way up and down. We're done with our right leg today in 10 seconds. What's your best lunge look like? What does it feel like? Your best posture, your best form. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous, let it go. Woo! Cheaters ring straight orange. 3 orange spring. 3 orange springs. Grab your ball, lie down onto your back with your ball in your hand. Okay, once you lie down, put your ball in between your thighs. Put your long strap on over the arches of your feet. We're just some inner thighs before we go to our left leg. Once the strap around the feet, put the ball in between your ankle bones. Extend your legs out to 45 degrees. And pulse the ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Yep, keep the machine still. Just squeeze the ball, waking up the inner thighs. So slightly turned out. Yes, squeeze that ball like you mean it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Frog. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Yes, you guys. Option to crunch up each time you extend the legs if you want a little core challenge. Or you can keep your head rested the entire time. It's your choice. Your choice, your workout. Squeeze that ball, keep tension on that ball. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the legs long. Pulse one more time. Squeeze, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Frog one more time. Inhale, bend, exhale, extend. Option crunch each time you extend the legs. 8 seconds, 7, 6 seconds, 5, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Grab the ball. So good. Put it between your thighs. Take your straps off your feet. Put it back over your shoulder post. One more anti exercise. Then we're done with exercise. Sit up facing me. Feet on the ground. Facing the straights. Put the ball back in between like the bones of the knees. Push all the way to the edge. Lay back. Lift your legs. Feet up about as high as your knees. And squeeze that ball. Can you reach forward? Can you reach overhead? Can you straighten your legs? Okay, round your lower back, not your upper back. So your last 10 seconds for your inner thighs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Change your strengths to 1 orange, 1 yellow, or do the left leg. 1 orange, 1 yellow only. Lie down into the right shoulder. Get comfortable, put the strap over your left thigh. Okay. Put it over your thigh like you're putting on shorts. Match your top leg to your bottom leg. And when you're ready, we circle, keeping the knee bent, circle up, out, and around. Doesn't matter which direction you go, because we're gonna reverse eventually. Keep the knee bent. Keep that back a little bit, and your knees more in front of your hips. Yes, good, good, good. Just waking up that left glute, harder hip. 10 seconds. 9, 8 seconds. 7, 6 seconds. 5, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Reverse other direction. Good. When class gets difficult, deepen your breaths. Exhale, blow out your candle. 10 seconds. 9, 8 seconds. 7, 6 seconds. 5, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax now. Extend your leg long to the mirror. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Squeezing that gluteus maximus back center of the glutes. Gorgeous, guys. Let's see here. 12 seconds. 11. 10 seconds. 9. I need to charge my computer. So I'm gonna move you guys back over here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the strap over the left arch of your foot. And sweep that leg to the mirror and to the sunshine. Keep your core engaged almost as much as your left glute. Keep your foot the same height as your right hip. Yes, beautiful. All right, guys, hold your leg to the mirror. And little circle about the size of an orange. Make the circle small enough, you're like isolating into the glute, but big enough that you do feel your glute. Visualize the glute, initiate from the glute, use the glute as much as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse other direction. Big transition coming up. In 8 seconds, we switch to 1 yellow for reverse forward lunge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take that strap off. You can roll your ball into your well, just get it out of the way. We have 1 yellow sprint only. Reverse forward lunge. We're staying on the straight side of our machine. Pull your carriage all the way to the back. Focus your right foot. And find all your weight into your left heel as you slide back, slight hinge forward and root down into your left heel to rise up. Don't use your right leg at all. Right leg is dead weight. You're just using your left leg and your core as a team. Beautiful. Yes, inhale down, exhale up. Now pulse. Go down to your deepest depth, halfway up. Don't just pulse to pulse, pulse to feel every detail of the pulse. Otherwise, you're just using momentum instead of muscle. Feel every detail. 6 seconds. 5, 4 seconds. 3, 2 seconds. 1. Now hold at your deepest depth. Lean your chest over your knee. Sit outside your comfort zone. Lean into the tremble for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range of motion to finish. 15 more seconds, and we are done with our legs today. Done with this routine in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Woo, so good. Okay, so that was 12 minutes just the leg, so I effed up. So what I would do differently is, I'm sorry. I forgot that we were on a time restraint. And I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do the routine that I usually teach, but what would I have done differently? I would have taken out the lunge. If you remember, let me take off the mic.
So that was too long that I taught. It was 12 minutes. Should have been 8 or 9, 9 at most. What I would have do differently is take out the lunge. So I would have just had you guys do your strap work, change to 3 springs, lie down to your inner thighs, then get back up. You did this for the last move, then you change back to 1 orange, 1 yellow, lie down, do your strap work on the left leg. So in real life, that's a great routine, but for mock class, I would have taken out the lunge because I went way over time. And then I would have been on time, but the abs, I was on time. Yeah, any questions?
Can we use the timer in our?
Yes, yes. I always use the timer in class for legs so that we do as much equal time on both legs, so one leg is more sore for people than the other the next day. Do you guys have any questions?
No, that was good. Thank you.
No, I don't.
Okay. Next routine? Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Okay. For the next routine, let's not start lying down. That's my go-to. Okay. After Nikki goes to the bathroom, then I'll, it's okay. Then we'll start. I need time to think anyways.
I'll be in the meeting the whole time, so. Yeah. I have an office out there.
Oh, shit. Am I back?
It's no.
Okay.
Necessarily work for this, but.
It doesn't seem like I'm frozen. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, now we're doing example number 2. Sorry, the computer's just gonna have to be here because it's charging, so I guess Maria will be here. You'll be the first. I'll put Nikki in it too, so you can see both of them. Okay. Alrighty, guys.
Okay, so first of all, I wanna make sure all of your weights are in your shelf. You guys all have weights in your shelf?
I have extra weight.
I do too. Okay, good. All right, so. Okay, let's come to the back of the machine. All right, we're going to take our hands on top of these little silver poles and do a pigeon stretch. And you're gonna wiggle your left toe back only as deep as far as feels good for your stretch. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can drop your left knee down onto the machine. You can always deepen this by dropping, coming to a forward fold. Just opening up our hips for a moment before we go into some core. Right here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, hit your hands, step back. Let's go downward dog for a moment. And then bring your left knee towards your left wrist, come into your stretch on your left leg. Wiggle your right toe back. Sink as deep as feels good. Feel free to rest your right knee on the ground to deepen the stretch. You can stay up into a fold. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up onto your palms. Come back to your downward dog one more time. Pedal out through your feet. Stretching your feet for 3, 2, 1. Take your hands down to the ground to a forward fold. Walk your hands back towards you. And make sure feet are hip width distance. Grab opposite elbows. Knees could be slightly bent or a little bit more straight. Heavy head here. Just do a little rock from side to side. Connecting to your body and breath.
Release your palms down to the ground, bend your knees, heavy head, slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra, heads, the last part of the body to lift up. Take a deep inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, release. Last time, deep inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, release. All right, we're gonna start with kneeling crunch. Knees are at your back platform. Use your rope to pull the machine all the way in. Elbows go in between your shoulder posts. Knees and thighs head chain. When you're ready, inhale, slide the carriage out, drop your hips parallel to the ground. Exhale, round your spine, push your crunch in. Inhale as you go out. Exhale to crunch in. Good. Actively squeezing your belly, initiating from your deep abdominals. Go slow enough, you feel like a burn, you feel a tremble in each crunch that you take. Just waking up that core. Majority of your weight should be in your forearms, not your knees. If you have too much weight in your knees, you're going to be using your legs more than your core. So keep the majority of your weight in your forearms. Gorgeous, love it. 10 more seconds. Breathe, squeeze, control. Good. Now we're gonna do that same move, but shortening it. So you're gonna go halfway out, halfway in, halfway out, halfway in. Pulsing. 6 and 5, 4 and 3, 2, and we'll drop your hips parallel to the ground, hip dip, side to side. Right and left, right and left. Scoop the belly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Grab the top of your shoulder post. Head can be up or down. Rest for a moment. Stretch here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let go of your carriage. Reach down inside, grab your weights. Grab your hand weights. And let's head to the front of the machine. You're gonna only need one weight to start. So go ahead and put your one weight down to the ground. Keep the other weight for your right hand. We're gonna do thread the needle with the weight in our right hand. You're gonna inhale as you reach, exhale as you twist. Nice and slow. As you twist, bring the carriage into a little side crunch and then slide the carriage back out as you unwind. Inhale to reach, exhale to twist. If you want an extra challenge, you could come up to your feet, bending your knees as you twist, extending your knees as you untwist, or you could always do this on 0 springs to make this more intense. Visualize the left side of your waist, squeeze it, initiate from it, waking that left waistline up. So good, perfect form, you guys. 12 seconds. Keep that breath flowing. 10 seconds. In 5, we're gonna go twisted crunch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your weight in the front, middle of your front platform. Keep your feet hanging off to the side. You're just gonna do a little pull, out a little and a little, out a little and a little, very small. If you want to make this more challenging, take off the yellow spring, do this on 0 springs. Use your legs as little as possible, use your left waistline as much as possible. Gorgeous. 10 more seconds here, just feel this as much as you can feel this before we move on. We're done with our left waistline in 6, 5, in 4, 3, in 2, 1. Hip dips. Come up into just like a normal plank. You could be on your palms or elbows. We're doing hip dips again, this time on our feet for 20 seconds, right to left. Scoop your belly. Don't let your lower back arch. Which is 12 more seconds here. 9 more seconds here. 6, 5. 4. Make it as little as possible. Down at the right waistline in 6, in 5. 4 going to legs in 10, 9, in 8, 7, in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. So good. Let's change our springs. Let's add 2 orange. Can also do this with no weights. This time I'm gonna stay on myself. So getting our gluteus maximus and medius here, the back and the side of the glute. Yes, good. When we're lying, like with the shoulder posted in the way, we have a tendency to have our feet a little bit too close to our butts. Scoot your feet like a little bit away. Yes, good. 10 seconds, 9, 8 seconds, 7. Feel it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it open, little pulse. Feel every pulse. For 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat all that one more time. Close all the way open. Okay, guys. Okay, pulse to finish. Little pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your weights. Come all the way to your back platform for split squat. So come all the way to the back, working the same leg. Your left toe is going to go at the edge of the machine. So not on top, just like the edge. Find a good spot for your right foot where all the weight's in your right heel. I want you guys to really exaggerate, sticking out your butt, hinging forward. Stick out your butt, hinge forward. In this, you can just keep the weights long, framing your right leg for some extra weight for that split squat, or you could add some arms here. You could do like a bicep curl each time you come down or each time you come up, or you could do like a shoulder. It's freestyle for arms, whatever you want to do. Good. We'll switch legs, Maria. Right leg forward, babe. Good. Give me your last pulse in your right leg. Pulse down and down. Down. Feel every pulse. Feel it 7. Feel it 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range of motion finished. Then we're done with our right leg in 10 seconds. In 9, 8 seconds, 7, 6 seconds, 5, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Put your weights back in your shelf. Good job. We're going to do some inner thighs where we lift the other leg. Reach inside, grab the short handle closest to the straights. And you're going to stand up facing the straight. Once you feel balanced, pull the carriage all the way in, your left foot is gonna go on to the carriage. As you open up, shift your body weight evenly, so you have equal weight from both feet. So I want you to eventually have your inner thighs do 80% of the work, your arms do 20%. So use your arms like as little as possible, use your inner thighs as much as possible, good. Pelvic floor is always strengthening as well when we work our inner thighs to engage those lower abs. Yes, amazing. We're gonna lean a little bit more weight into your left heel as we go out. Yes, beautiful girl, yes. Okay, guys, open the machine up a little bit so there's some space. And then you're gonna squat down and up, keeping your machine completely still. Squat down and up. Good. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your booty, especially squeeze your inner thighs. Good job keeping your machine still. The wider the space in between the legs, the more challenging this is going to be on the inner thighs. Go a little slower. Patient in your mind, movement, and body. Now pulse to finish. Down and down. And 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Put both feet on your platform. Keep your straps carefully come down onto your knees, facing the same direction. You can just keep facing me. I'm facing you. Pull the carriage all the way in. Tuck your left knee behind the strap. So now we're going to do some inner thighs on our knees. Yes. Tuck that strap. Knee inside the strap. Open your knees. About a little bit wider than hip width distance, and then just hold still. You can let go of your hand. Now do some arm circles. Circle, circle, circle. Arms moving, don't let your body move though. Arms moving, inner thighs and core stabilizing, keeping the machine still. If you want more of a challenge, open your knees a little wider. Good. Watch out for this. Make sure the pelvis is pulled up and engage. Now reverse the circle other direction. We're done with our inner thighs in 8, 7, 6. You can let go of the carriage in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, guys. Let go. Reach out inside. Grab your weights. And split squat. Once you find all your weight in your left heel, get into that split squat. Really want you guys to stick out your butt. Exaggerate sticking out your butt as you go down. Hinge forward, scoop the belly up and in. Your option to add arms here, you can add bicep curl, shoulder bend, whatever you're feeling. Waking up that left leg. So good, so good, so good. And pulse. Feel every detail of that pulse. How deep do you have to go? How slow do you have to go to genuinely make every pulse count? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range of motion to finish. 10 more seconds, and we're done with our split squats, heading to our clamshells. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your weight, slide down onto your right shoulder. For your clamshells, your last exercise, and then we're done. Head this way. I know it's confusing. Yeah. So put your head towards the front mirror. Head towards the, yeah, there you go. Getting that gluteus medius and maximus, hitting every angle of the butt today. Yep, gorgeous. Don't let your hips and shoulders rock. All right, guys, a little pulse. And back, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat all that one more time. Just repeat it one more time, and we are done. And pulse to finish. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Yay, 8 minutes.
And I was thank you. Any questions about that one?
Is the Zoom working?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Geez, I really felt rushed with that 8 minutes. Well, it's because I'm doing inner thighs. If I wasn't doing inner thighs and I was just going from one leg to the other, then I wouldn't feel rushed, but I like doing inner thighs, as a lot of instructors do.
So I'm gonna do inner thighs too. You think the 8 minutes should be same amount of time for each leg and inner thigh?
So, yeah, I tried to make it so that if I spent on this routine with the clamshells and the lunge, it was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds per leg.
Uh-huh.
And then the rest of the time was inner thighs.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to try to keep the legs even, so
Even it to the.
yeah. But yeah, you want smooth transitions. So did you guys notice that when you were doing your split squat, I changed your springs for you? Because you guys were on 2 orange and 1 yellow. So I was like, oh, they can't. While you're doing your clamshells, I'm like, I don't want them to have to change their springs. I want to make it a smooth transition. So I'm gonna give them exercise that is like the split squat where they're not really using the machine, so I can change their springs for them. And that'll be easy. Like you have to think ahead like that when you teach, like for easy transitions and not having to change their springs too much, not having to move the machine around too much.
How long did it take you to get that?
I feel like once I got my Legree certification, they really like that's what the certification is about, is like quick transitions, making it smooth, making like sequencing. I think it will come natural for you guys. I think it already is from seeing you guys teach so far. All of you guys are doing a really good job with that. And like saying, and also telling your class in 10 minutes, we're about to do this. Cause like the people who take class a lot will know what you're talking about and they're gonna get into it. And the people who don't know what you're talking about are gonna copy those people. So that's really helpful to be like, when a big transition is coming up, tell them like what you're about to do. You're about to change your spring, so do it right away. Because that's the difference between Legree and like classical Pilates. When you take like a more classical traditional Pilates class, they're like taking forever to get into the next exercise. And maybe it's just because I taught Legree for like 8 years. I just like get so bored. But that's just me, just because they like are like, now grab your box. Now change your spring. I'm just like, come on, like I'm so bored. Like I want to keep it flowing, like because like also I have a dance background. I like choreography, like moving it into one thing and then into the other. But if you like it like that, then you probably want to teach more like classical Pilates. It's whatever you like to do. That's why I like this certification, because you guys are gonna be able to work at Legree or Pilates studios, or studios like these that embrace both. What else? Yeah, and then so I also wanted to say, like, you guys probably noticed that when you take classes, the instructors teach all obviously in certain different ways. And I teach in my own a very certain way, just as other instructors do. And so like what I'm teaching you is just what I have within my mind and my toolbox. But don't feel like you have to teach like me. Like you can teach like other instructors that you guys have liked, or teach like yourself what you like. You don't have to teach like I teach. Because I know I teach in a very specific way. I teach different than other instructors. I do a lot more lying down exercises, I think, right, than other instructors do. So don't feel like you have to do that too. I want you guys to teach what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just want to say that. Because that's what your best class is going to be. Your best class is going to be a class that you would like to take yourself and the moves that you enjoy. That's why I never teach exercises I don't like. You'll never see me teaching this one because I just don't understand. But if you understand it and you like it, then you're gonna teach it good. But I'm not, because I don't understand it and don't.
You
like
don't feel like it's effective?
it. No.
Like,
Sometimes when I do it on my own and I'm like, okay, change the springs, scooch this way. Now I like really focus. I can feel it, but when I'm taking a class, no instructor has ever made me understand it. Maybe one of you guys can. Okay, any questions? Do you guys feel like you are about to come up with like a different routine than you taught a few weeks ago, or you keeping the same one?
I think it's mostly the same.
Yeah, I liked all your routines. Yeah. Do you have ab routine,
yeah,
but not a leg routine
I
yet?
like came up with one.
Oh, good, amazing.
Um,
Well, here's your day. What about you, Marissa?
Honestly, I haven't came up with the final plan, and I haven't written down anything.
Okay.
But I had a mock up 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm,
which was good.
mm-hmm.
So I'm confident for 20 minutes, but my stress is just how to manage the times. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Don't get, I mean, it's hard to say don't get too stressed out about the time.
But also, I
Less is more, maybe.
less,
Planned for less, maybe.
less.
Oh.
But I haven't write down like this, or I'm just gonna write it down and also practice with you.
Yeah.
before, So I'm gonna have one.
And today you guys will get a better idea of timing because you'll be practicing. And then let me ask Katya and Caitlin, I don't know how you guys are feeling, if you're even feeling good enough to like come write a new routine, or do you find that like you want to keep your same routine you had 2 weekends ago, or are you guys inspired to like write a different one for your mock class?
I'm probably gonna keep the same routine. Oh, sorry, Caitlin.
I probably will too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your guys' routines are good. Okay, well, I'm just going to give you guys like probably 10 minutes to just like go over what your routine is, just to reacquaint yourself with it. And if you have any edits or additions, or like if you have any questions for me, let me know. And then after that 10 minutes, we're gonna start teaching each other. And Katya and Caitlin, you guys can just teach on your imaginary friends. Okay. And if anyone needs to move their car, move it now. Yeah. Okay, 10 minutes, guys. So we work on that, and then we're gonna start practice teaching at like 3:20.
And are we practicing from the start to like?
Yes, start to legs. And tomorrow we'll add in arms. Yes, let me unlock the door for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know why, I know this I might be getting too spoiled, but I do not like doing this. And like, I can feel it, I'm already not doing it the right way, but it hurts my back.
Okay, all lunches did. Let's see, the lunches we did today, so we did the reverse
Yeah.
lunch, and then we did this lunch.
Yeah,
Did both lunches hurt your back?
they don't hurt right in the moment, but they hurt like afterward, yeah.
I would definitely engage your core more and hinge forward deeper when you lunge. And then. Yeah, so that your back doesn't hurt until afterwards.
Yeah.
I would just, I feel like that's kind of normal, and then after you people have taken classes for a while, like they get rid of it. What about when you like take class, you feel like the same thing? Just today?
Maybe I'm like not reading the right. Maybe I'm getting spoiled. I don't want to like that.
Well, let's see.
I think also what I like is doing. Like work.
Lying down.
Like,
Yeah,
I
Well,
love it.
then that's what you're probably gonna teach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you probably like a little bit more on the more classical kind of Pilates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
minus the. Yeah, I think the pace is gonna be a little more neural.
Yeah.
Like control. But it's very effective, slow,
Yeah. Yeah, and then,
like a slow church.
yeah, and then with classic Pilates, they have the box, remember, and then you stand next to the box.
Yeah.
And it's like a floor lounge except for your up high. Those probably feel better on your back.
Also, I have a question. You said, I think that's what you said, but what if, when teaching classes on not this type of machine, you say you have like a certain way to like, put some more stuff to make it like a student for people to have those
Yeah.
or the back platform, but you say you can put a box in the back, right? Instead of the back platform.
Some studios will have a platform you can add to the back, but not all. Yeah, so it just depends on the studio. That's why when you guys start like auditioning and stuff, like stay in contact with me and so I can give you advice about the machine you're auditioning on. And here's a really good tip. Whenever I interview at a studio, I ask if I can take a class first before I audition, so I can get to know their machine.
Oh, okay.
Figure out the springs, because every studio's machine is different.
Yeah. Are these, they don't make these anymore?
They do, they're just old.
These are cool.
Yeah. I work at 2 other studios that have these too.
How do you use this? Oh, no, that's
Well, I wanna see your lunch.
fine.
Let's figure out, yes. Change to 1 orange. Okay, and stand up, let's just do a floor lunge. And then your left leg's gonna go back against the shoulder post. And then stand up so your back knee doesn't touch the carriage. All your weight's in your right heel, slide back, hinge forward. And then root down into your right heel to rise up.
Yeah, so maybe I wasn't like.
You gotta hinge, yes. And like I said, some people can lunge upright and it feels okay for them. Some people, maybe like you need to hinge more, otherwise you're straight, your back likes to strain.
It'll be like.
Yeah. Good.
Is that you usually give your clients the option without telling them like,
No,
Or
I
if you hinge for, it's gonna work more your glute.
Yeah, I just tell everyone to hinge forward because I just find that it feels better in everyone's body. Yeah. So that lunge didn't hurt your back?
No, I mean.
Well, that was lighter
It
though.
didn't feel like weird.
Okay. But this one, switch to one yellow. And this one does hurt people's back.
Yeah, that.
And so that's what I say, do this on zero strength, it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna put the,
You think maybe my legs move it? They move it.
yes, your legs should be close together. Fingertips, right fingertips on the pole. Slide back, hinge forwards, lean into your heel. Press down into the heel to rise up.
I think that my leg was too.
Oh, okay. And then don't go all the way up, because then you're gonna arch your back. Stop like here, where you're still kind of leaning forward. No, yep, and then go back down. Up like 90% and then go back down. Yes.
Okay, so now what you do is not without like that.
Yeah, really tight, engage your core as much as your left leg. That's gonna help your back.
Wait. Did that hurt? No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I think I was putting my leg way too much.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You gotta tell people that, because a lot of times when people lunge, they'll lunge like this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I totally forgot that I wanted to do something today. Okay,
Too late?
I was gonna play a game for today.
Uh-oh.
You guys listening? So the game was gonna be, I was gonna do moves
Oh.
incorrectly, and you guys tell me. Correct me.
Uh-oh.
Should we play it real quick?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm excited.
you guys get, do you guys get what the game is? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here's the game. I'm gonna do moves incorrectly, and you guys tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Well, I'll just, I don't know where to put them.
What if we move that one over here?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna find a good spot for you. Right. Okay. Well, you guys might not be able to see me very well, but I'll try to angle you as best as I can. Actually, I think I want them on the side. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Moving from now.
Yes. I'm lifting from my neck instead of my abs.
We don't have the right springs.
That's true, that's true too. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Your arms are wide and your shoulders.
Yes. My arms are too wide. Okay, next thing.
Your leg is too open.
Yes, my legs are too far apart. Feet should be hip width distance.
Moving. Or not lunging.
Your knees moving.
Very slow.
Yes, move slow, and my knee is going to,
No, very.
yes, good. It's hard to do moves incorrectly. Let's see.
Keep your belly up and in, keep the curve out of your.
Yes. Yep, I need to round my spine. Sorry, I shouldn't have worn this shirt. Just ignore my moves.
Your hips are too, your.
Yeah.
So how-
Really, it's not.
Your
So-
belly up and in.
Scoot, oh,
So one straight line from your head to your heel.
yes. So that's where you would say, yeah, draw your navel into your spine, scoop your belly. Let's see.
Well, all your weight on the front leg.
Yes, put all my weight in my front heel. Same. I'm trying to think of what people do. Oh yeah, this is what people do a lot.
Keep that back leg straight.
But
Keep back leg straight.
yeah, keep the back leg straight and dead weight.
And stop at the red teeth.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Stop at the red teeth. Inner thighs, and let me fix them.
Then
You wanna shift your body over the springs. Take your body with you.
Yes, this is the biggest thing. You'll always see this. Every time you teach inner thighs, people will do this. So yeah, you gotta shift your weight equally into both heels. Now if we lunge this way.
Your feet should be in the wide.
Like I'm a donut, your butt should be in the white line. Okay, now I'm doing it right, you guys?
No, stop at the red teeth.
Oh yeah, okay, now I'm stopping at the right.
Feet toes on the back.
Oh, yes, yeah, my tippy toes in my back foot.
Slower.
Yes, okay. Get right. Okay, ignore my boobs again.
Like keep your hips in line with your shoulders, so drop your knees to 1 inch.
Keep your knees, don't bend your knee. Oh, you guys can.
Yeah,
Oh,
this one I haven't taught that much, but yeah, it's knee tuck. That one's hard for me. Okay, I'm gonna do song.
No.
Pull your belly up.
Hold your body to your spine, with your hips up in line with your head on your knees. Just from your
Now I'm
shoulders.
gonna do wheelbarrow.
So drop your hips down, you don't want any wrinkles in the front of your head.
Oh,
And
okay.
then scoop your navel towards your spine.
Okay, now I'm doing it right,
Take
right?
your belly, take the curve out of your back. Like on Tygo.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay, let's do just a few more. Go to the back. Who's that? Bicep crawls.
Stick your arms to the.
Use your elbows towards your ribs.
Yeah.
And then keep your forearms right in front of your shoulders.
There.
I love it. This is.
What is that?
Chloe, what's wrong?
Good job, you guys.
That's awesome.
Upward shifting onto that. Stop your front heel all the way down.
Oh my god, this is so too fun for me. Okay, good game, guys.
That was awesome.
I think if we have time, maybe we should do that again another day and then, but I'll have you guys like take turns telling me.
We learned about, pregnancy modifications there.
Yes, we're doing that too. Damn, I like jumped the gun, on practice teaching. What do you guys wanna do first, practice teach or learn the modifications for special populations?
There.
Okay. I need to plug my computer in again. Okay, guys, now we're going to go over special populations and pregnancies and how to modify for those peoples. Geez, I'm gonna be like all injured tomorrow. Okay, so you wanna bring out your manual? Mhm.
So beginning of the class, you always ask if class in so
Yes.
you don't ask who's pregnant. Right?
No, don't ask who's pregnant. Yes, anytime you have new people, ask, well, anytime someone walks in your class and you don't know them, say, have you been here before? Have you done Pilates before? Do you have any injuries or limitations I should know about?
So
So
if you see someone who's pregnant,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to say anything, but they don't tell you, so.
that's happened to me
Yeah,
before.
Yeah, you do.
You don't know if it's a fast or it's a pregnancy.
Mhm. I would just never be like, I would just never assume someone's pregnant. Cause some people have babies and their belly is still like the same size.
Yeah.
So I just let them tell me. But if you really believe someone's pregnant and they're not telling you, I would just be like, I would be like, do you have any injuries or limitations I should know about? Or that your doctor wanted to tell you about?
Anything you want to do.
Like in this area,
Not your responsibility, right?
yeah, they sign a waiver, so
Oh.
you're off the hook. But yeah. I wouldn't assume someone's pregnant, because you could be wrong. That would be so awkward. Yeah.
Well, can I tell you something else? I've been in the class as a pregnant woman, like they do their own things, you know?
That's because they take class a lot, and so they know what moves to modify. And some of them like to just do their own thing, and some of them like to be told what to do. So, but all the pregnant people that come here come all the time, so they know all the things that they're like not supposed to do. Yeah. But pregnant is the last page. So we're gonna get to that, and that will be the last thing that we talk about. But in your manual, we're at the very back, where it says scoliosis, where it's like the scoliosis, kyphosis, lordosis page, this page here. Okay. We all know how awful I'm reading in front of the class, so we're gonna be sharing in the reading. But I will start. But yeah, so we're going over injuries, limitations, and pregnancies and how to modify for each of those things. Okay, I'm gonna start reading. Contraindications and special populations. So contraindications, it means basically they shouldn't do something. They shouldn't do these certain exercises. The following information is intended to guide you when faced with injuries or special populations in a group class environment. The goal is movement, as much movement as they're able and feel safe performing. So you want, you don't, basically, if someone has an injury or limitation, you don't want them to like feel left out and just be like, oh, just don't do that. You want to like give them a modification. This program will provide you 1, general anatomy and function, 2, understanding of specific injuries, 3, contraindications. Again, contraindication means don't do this certain exercise. For the purpose of this training, a contraindication is defined as a specific situation in which a particular exercise should not be performed as it may cause harm. Special populations will be defined as any person or persons with permanent or temporary condition which requires that they be given exception during a particular exercise. Okay, so going over posture patterns. Scoliosis. Any of you guys have scoliosis? No, okay. Scoliosis is a 3-dimensional condition where the spine deviates laterally and is defined by a Cobb angle measurement of 10 degrees or more. Scoliosis can cause fixed rotation and side bending of the vertebrae, unlevel pelvis, unlevel shoulders, rib prominence. So you see a picture to the right here is like an example. It's just like a crooked, it's like a crooked spine. Laterally crooked. Pilates is good with scoliosis. It's good for scoliosis. It's good for, because Pilates helps with posture and strengthening the muscle, the small muscles around the spine. Next, kyphosis. Can someone read kyphosis?
Okay, kyphosis. Posterior curves in the thoracic and sacral regions of the spine.
So it's just like,
Oh,
it's,
like this.
it's like a person that's on their desk too much. It's hunchback. Yes. So kyphosis is like basically Hunchback of Notre Dame syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you don't. Yes, none of us have that. No, have you seen like old ladies get it? Oh, really? Oh, that's sad. That's so cute. Yeah. That's like my fear. Yeah, I really don't want to get that.
You won't.
Yeah, I know. Yes, 'cause I'm always obsessed with like the opening exercises. All this, the opening stuff helps prevent that. Yeah. So chest expansion, you guys. So the one where we're kneeling with the handles in our hands and we press back like that. You're using your upper back muscles. You're opening up the chest. You're countering all the hunching you do throughout the day on your phones and computers. You're also strengthening the triceps, but most importantly, you're strengthening the muscles around your upper back and spine. When your muscles are strengthened around the spine, you're gonna be able to hold your spine up more. And then also this one, if you take my class, I teach this one a lot, where the straps or the loops are on your elbow creases and you're just opening and closing. And this one stretches the upper back and strengthens it at the same time. This way. So you want me to show you guys? This one is not in the manual. And I'm almost convinced I made this exercise up myself, but I know I didn't. But I just like, I don't know. I feel like I did, but I know I probably did. Okay, so you cross the straps, put them over the elbows, creases, open. Can you tilt the camera up for them a little bit? Yes. Inhale, close, exhale,
open. Inhale, close, exhale, open. And you could do this on an orange and yellow or 2 orange springs. Each time you open, pause for 2 to 3 seconds before you close.
Can you do that sitting too?
Yeah, you can sit down.
It will be the same, right?
Yeah, it's about the same.
Just
Hon-
if you're studying your course.
If you're standing, it's more of a balance challenge, yeah.
Okay.
Then you can hold it open and pulse up and down.
So inhale as you close, it's as you open.
Yeah, but make sure your ropes are crossed, like an X. To make it more challenging, you can put your elbows inside the handles. This one just feels so good. Cause it stretches your upper back and strengthens it.
I like that one.
Yeah, me too. I teach it like every class.
And how will you describe, since we don't have the muscles, how are we working on that one? Is that like a-
It'll be your upper back muscles. The muscles around the spine are called like latissimus somethings. Yeah. I don't know, look in your book, I don't actually know. The.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Would that be called a chest opener too?
Yeah, yeah,
What's this one called for you?
let's draw the sword. Draw the sword. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a classical Pilates move.
Come up like once.
Yes, I make up my own exercises sometimes. Yes, I told you guys that, like, draw from Instagram, like, this manual doesn't have every exercise
Yeah.
ever. It has only like certain ones. You can get so many more exercises from other instructors and Instagram. Yeah. Latissimus dorsi. Rhomboid. Spinal extensors. I don't know, there's so many muscles around that upper back, yeah. That you're getting.
Quick question, if someone wants to make it harder, they have to step on the knees.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, back to this now, so that's Hunchback of Notre Dame, but don't call it that to people in your class. Okay, lordosis, anterior curves in the cervical and lumbar spine. So this is what I used to have this myself. Standing like this, because in middle school, all the girls would walk like this, and so we're like ever same age group, but it was cool in middle school for all the girls to like walk like this. And so I started walking like that because I was a cool girl too. I want to be a cool girl too.
That's so cute.
And then in ballet, they're like, get rid of that. And I could not understand, like, I'm like, what? I don't understand. It wasn't until Pilates I understood that, like, drop your tailbone down, engage your pelvis, pull up in your pelvic floor, because standing like that is not good for your back. It's cute, kind of, but not. I think I saw on Instagram, it's like, does she have a big butt or is it like, does she have lordosis? So that's that. Pilates helps with that by strengthening the core muscles and the muscles around the back. Okay, flat back is decrease lumbosacral angle, decrease lumbar lordosis, hip extension, and posterior tilt of the pelvis. Flat back is what it sounds like. It's flat back. You're not honoring the natural curve of your spine. You're like going like this. You're over tucking.
giving yourself no butt, the opposite of lordosis. Lordosis is much cuter. Okay, and if you guys go to page 30 and 31, it gets deeper into the postures. You can see the flat back on page 31. She's over tucking. She's like dropping her tailbone way too down, and she's not honoring the natural curve of her spine. She's not in neutral spine. Hyperlordosis, anterior tail of the pelvis. Sway back is kind of similar to flat back. Anterior shift of pelvis, hip extension, and posterior shift of thorax, increased lumbar lordosis, increased thoracic kyphosis, and forward head. Damn, they fucked up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so on page 31, it goes deeper into what happens when you have these kind of spinal issues. Like for instance, lordosis, page 31. This posture type presents with an inward curve of the lumbar spine, a normal curve of the cervical and thoracic spine, and an increased lordosis can occur with weak abdominals, gluteal muscles, and hamstrings, and tight hip flexors and spinal extensors. So that just tells you like where the muscles are going to like mess up when you have this kind of posture, but it's not always the case. Like I had lordosis just because I was trying to walk cute. Like I had strong abs and like strong glutes. I just want, you know, not everyone has these issues in their muscles, but some people do, especially if they keep this type of posture throughout their whole life.
And then something, my cousin, she used to have, I think she has still lordosis, and then she always says she has a stomach.
Oh, she always has this, like her stomach
Yeah,
protrudes.
yeah.
Mhm.
and she's
Yeah.
always like going to different gym classes.
Oh yeah,
The problem was this spine, not like,
that's actually a good point.
yeah.
My very first Pilates studio I worked at, she was, I mean, kind of toxic, then told me, she's like, if you got rid of your lordosis,
Yeah.
you wouldn't look like you have such like a big tummy. Like she said that to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And I was okay. And then, but she was right, because the more I did Pilates, the flatter my tummy looked.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. Yeah, poor posture can make you look like totally, good posture and bad posture can make you look, your body look totally different.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you guys wanna learn more about that, you can read deeper into page 31. So feel free to write page 31 on this page, just to remind yourself.
Because, I mean, as far as I hear around, like, the reason people come to Pilates is just because they're flat stomach.
Getting their abs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pilates is known for like core and stretching, I feel like. But it's full body, it's so much more than that. Okay, so this page doesn't really tell you what exercises to avoid with these different postures. Because I mean, there's not really, but the other pages does tell you for what exercises to avoid. As far as postures, you're not going to fix someone's posture in one class. If someone comes to you with these kind of postures and they're like, oh, I want to fix my scoliosis, I want to fix my lordosis, it's not going to happen in one day. You just have to tell them to come to Pilates consistently, and it will help. Any questions before we move on? Okay, next page. Carpal tunnel. Can someone read that? Thank you.
Okay, I can do it.
Don't you have no voice?
Carpal tunnel syndrome. The carpal tunnel is a narrow passageway for ligaments and bones at the base of the hand, housing the median nerve and the tendons that bend the fingers. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a sensory loss and motor weakness that occurs when the median nerve, which runs from the forearm to the palm of the hand, is compressed in the carpal tunnel. Symptoms: increasing pain in the hand that comes with repetitive use, weakness in the thinner muscles, and or sensory loss in the thumb or first and second fingers. Contraindications: wrist flexion, forearm,
Yep.
supination, pressure to the base of the palm.
Okay, so, yeah, carpal tunnel, a lot of people who have desk jobs
Yeah.
get carpal tunnel, or actually just anyone that has a phone, so all of us are prone to carpal tunnel. So if someone comes to you with carpal tunnel, anytime you do plank, you tell them to do it on their forearms, not their palms.
Okay.
You don't ever want them putting weight on their wrists. You want them to drop down to their elbows for all planks and kneeling planks stuff.
What does forearm supination mean?
I think like supine, going down and up, maybe.
Okay, cause
Or-
yeah, what's that exercise where you, the cobra?
Cobra.
I had carpal tunnel, that one. feels-
Yes, okay, so people with carpal tunnel, don't let them do cobra. And cobra, did we learn cobra?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cobra is this one where you drop down to the elbow, press up to the palm.
So you don't like that one?
No, I can't do it.
Oh, you can't? You have carpal
Okay.
tunnel?
Yeah, just in this,
Damn,
from typing.
wow. So instead of cobra, you would have them do saw or kneeling crunch or plank.
Just with the whole weight in the whole forearm
Yeah,
instead of switching into the.
yeah.
Just drop down.
Can you do push-ups?
Yeah, I can put weight in my palms every once in a while, like, but then after a while with her, but the forearm, that's what I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
That cobra one, it counted.
Yeah, so push-ups might bother them too. So again, they could just do, if they want to do arms, you could give them some weights to do like this, or you could do saw or kneeling crunch, something on the elbows. And that's not just for carpal tunnel, that's for people with all wrist issues. Sometimes people will just come in and be like, I have wrist issues. And then you're just like, okay, just stay on your elbows. I feel like that's the biggest modification I give people is that they say, oh, I have wrist problems. Then do plank on your elbows instead of your palms. And we already have that in our training to say like, oh, if you need to modify, drop down to your elbows when you're in a plank. Okay, next, cervical pain or injury. Any part of the neck, muscles, bones, joints, tendons, ligaments, or nerves can cause neck problems. Pain can also radiate from the shoulder, jaw, head, or upper arms. What? I thought this was cervical pain. Well, I was thinking about.
Oh,
Cervical can't.
I was thinking about like
It's
down here. So this is neck. This is for your neck. If that confuses any of you. Okay, so for modifying for neck. Anytime we're doing crunches, say option 2, keep your head rested the entire time. So if someone comes to you into your class and it's like, I have neck issues, say, keep your head rested the entire time we do crunches. And if they're concerned that they're not gonna get as good of a workout, say, even when you keep your head rested and you do the abdominal stuff, like the crunch stuff, your abs are still gonna work.
is it?
Because they're stabilizing.
The ball also helps with the neck?
Yeah, sometimes people put a ball under their head. Because they don't like to rest their head flat. Sometimes you'll notice, this is especially with men, when they lie down onto their back, their spine is out of alignment. So this is how it should look, right? And they'll be like this. And they look super uncomfortable. So anytime someone's like this, lying down, they shouldn't probably be laying down flat, and you put a ball behind their head to support them.
What about hands under the?
But I was talking about for lying flat on your back, yeah. Anytime you do bridges, your head should be flat, by the way. You shouldn't have any pillow underneath your head. Anytime you do bridges, nothing underneath your head, otherwise your spine will be out of alignment. By the way, I saw the test and she doesn't test you guys too much on any of this except for pregnancy. Just FYI. This is just for like your own thing to like know when you start teaching. Yeah, and then for neck issues, continuing for neck issues, any weight bearing overhead might bother their neck. I'm sure you guys know when we do too much of this, everyone's neck gets like, ugh. So when I create my arm routines, I make sure I'm not over the head the whole entire time because it just doesn't feel good. I'll go serve the platter, then do some overhead, then do some out and in, then do some overhead. I don't stay overhead the entire time. That's going to hurt anyone's neck. What doesn't feel good in your bodies won't feel good in their bodies. So it's good to practice your routines on yourself before you have others do it. Heavy weight bearing arm exercises, planks might bother the necks. 4-point kneeling, extension. So yeah, if I find that just people with neck issues, it's just the lying down abdominal stuff that they need to keep their head rested. Nothing else usually bothers them except for maybe heavy arms, too much arms overhead. And then I would just have them do arms under head instead. I never have people with neck issues like say planks bother them. But I could see why it would. Instead of planking, they could be on their knees and elbows instead of like on their hands and feet. And they can take breaks. Anytime your joints, neck, wrist, knees, ankles, back start to compensate, you should take a break. And with how we work each muscle to fatigue, our joints do like to compensate when we're working a muscle to fatigue because the muscle's like, I'm tired, I want to give up. So then the joint is like, the knee's like, okay, I'll step in to help you. It's like, nope, we don't want that. It's better just take a break, then get back into it. Okay. Next page. Shoulder impingement, rotator cuff tendonitis, bursitis, rotator cuff tear. So basically shoulder issues. This is common a lot too. Also frozen shoulder. Older women are very prone to frozen shoulder where they can't reach over their head anymore. You'll get that a lot. Honestly, that's like one of the most injuries I'll get is that they can't reach over their shoulder. So then you have to give them all exercises that are under the head, not over, and give them lighter weight. But anyways, the rotator cuff is a special group of muscles and tendons that attach to the bones of the shoulder joint, allowing the shoulder to move and keep it stable. The rotator cuff holds the head of the humerus into the scapula. Rotator cuff tendonitis is irritation of tendons and inflammation of the bursa lining of the tendons. Rotator cuff tear occurs when one of the tendons is torn from the bone from overuse or injury. Bursitis occurs when the bursa becomes inflamed and swells with more fluid causing pain. Okay, like. I hardly know like that stuff myself, so just like don't think that you have to be doctors and know every ailment that ever exists in the entire world. But if someone just like comes to you and is like, oh, I have a shoulder issue, then don't do shoulder exercises with them, modify for planks, drop them to the elbows, use your best judgment. But okay, so the contraindications for this is no overhead shoulder positions, weight bearing overhead, obviously. No lateral razor rotation, so that means like this. Or like this, because that's the shoulder. Internal rotation. End range loading of the shoulder during abduction. Side planks. Repetitive sequences. So staying on the shoulder, like staying on a side plank for a long amount of time. Instead, if anytime I teach a side plank, I didn't for you guys today, but usually when I teach a side plank, I say, if you have shoulder issues, drop both elbows down and do a twisted crunch instead. Pull-ups, single arm weight bearing exercises. So when I have someone who comes in class and is like, I have shoulder issues, guess what? We're not doing shoulder exercises today because this is just gonna make my life easier. If someone comes into my class and is like, I have shoulder issues, and be like, okay, I'm taking out all the shoulder exercises. We're gonna do triceps instead. So I don't have to go over here and modify for this person the entire time. Just makes my life easier.
Yes, it's bad.
You could do like back ones. Yeah, tricep kickback, chest expansion. Yeah.
Remember one time I got a muscle cramp and you helped me with the.
No. Do you know what happened? Oh, I did? That's nice of me. That's good. What did I do?
Yeah, you actually gave me the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
With the ring?
yes, oh yeah, the ring is really good, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I had her bring the ring to the wall and go like this.
Yeah.
That feels really good on the shoulders, stretching them.
Let me tell you this from the knockout class experience. So one of my friends, she used to do Pilates before. She really liked the loops from this machine.
Oh, good.
Because other machines, I don't know. Like she said, like the circles that I've done here, I've never done anything on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like every machine feels different for like circles.
yeah. People they like circles from this one.
I feel like on this machine, like circles feel like more like a workout on this
Yeah,
machine,
yeah.
and other machines, they feel a little bit more like a stretch, like.
Exactly. Yeah. And also they like the circles too.
Good. Okay. Questions before we move on to the next page? Oh, yeah, the ring, Pilates ring. ACL injury. Anterior cruciate, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, ligament connects the femur and the tibia at the knees, provides primary passive restraint and anterior movement of the tibia with respect to the femur, provides rotational stability to the knee. An anterior cruciate ligament injury is the overstretching or tearing of the anterior cruciate ligament ACL in the knee. A tear might be partial or complete, most commonly caused by a blow to the lateral side of the knee. Contraindication. So if someone has a knee injury, joint pressure, so they probably are not going to be able to kneel on their knees. When we do arm exercises, a lot of times we're on the knees like this, or sitting down on our heels like this. And that's probably not going to be good for anyone who has any knee issues going on. So I like to say a lot, option to sit crisscross applesauce instead. Then they could do their arms from like that, or they can extend their legs out long and sit like that and do their arm exercises.
One thing, so for the lounges, like this one. So they should drop down the knees to the carriage or no? It should be a gap
Yeah, no, you should keep your knee off the machine.
off the machine.
Yeah. My thing too is like, I guess you could modify and rest your knee on the carriage, but your hips are gonna be crooked and out of alignment.
Yeah. Like this one, anytime I exercise, I get a little bit. This.
On that leg,
Yeah, like,
yes, you might need to do 0 springs.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so knee, ACL and knee injury, flexion beyond 90 degrees. So I guess you could say like lunges. Some people's knee injuries can do lunges, some people can't. If someone's like, I cannot do lunge, God, that sucks, honestly. I'm like, well, can you go somewhere else? No, but, well, then for me personally, guess what? We're gonna do lying down strap work exercises the entire time.
Yeah.
Because, or I'll have the rest of the class do their lunges and they're just doing lying down strap work. They're lying down, just doing clamshells, because clamshells are really good for knee injuries. Clamshells are good for hip, knee, back, and ankle issues. Clamshells are done a lot in physical therapy for that reason.
Yeah, you show the contrast with the weights and also with the.
Yeah, you can do clamshells with weights, with strap, without any props, so many different ways. So if someone has knee injury and they're like, I can't do lunges, I would just have them do some clamshells while everyone else is doing legs. Yeah, definitely don't do single leg stuff with them or deep squats. If they're gonna do squats, it's really gonna be a shallow squat. If they're gonna do a lunge, it's gonna be a shallow lunge, if they're able to do lunges at all.
What about the steaming?
No, that's not good. And obviously no jumping. But we don't really jump that much in Pilates, so. Unless you guys teach at a jump board studio. Any questions? Okay, next page. Anyone know how to pronounce that? Spondylolisthesis. Spondylolisthesis. Instability most often at the L5-SI or L4-L5 due to defect in the laminae that causes anterior vertebral displacement. Parentheses, a bone in the spine moves forward out of the proper position onto the bone below it. Okay, so yeah, this is spine issues. So anytime someone says like my L5, my S1, my L4, my L5, I immediately know it's their spine. Anyone, when you say the letter with a number, I'm like, okay, it's the spine. What's it called when someone, a disc? You know, when like, someone slips a disc. Yeah, I think this is what that's talking about. So contraindications, what you shouldn't do. C curve or pressure in the tailbone. C curve is meant to be more of a lifting exercise, but in group settings is more often understood as compression. So C curve is like this kind of stuff. C curve, rounding the lower back. That's C curving the spine. Aggressive weight bearing, squat holds, and extension. everyone's different though. Some people can do these things, some people can't. So that's why I always say, if something doesn't feel good, just wave me down and I'll give you something else to do. Cause everyone's body's different.
This is particularly lower back too.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
L5 and like this one.
Yeah. So this, yeah, this is lower back. So I also wouldn't do teaser stuff with the legs lifted like this.
How about doing exercises like tease or what, like laying down, I mean,
Like lying
like
down
laying down instead of doing.
probably is okay. Lying down crunches are fine. Just depends on the person. They could do it without the handles. But yeah. But yeah, this, Sammy's right. This is lower back, not upper back. Okay, next page. Only got 2 pages left. Sacroiliac joint dysfunction. So the SI joint, it's an easier way to explain it. Describes the place where the sacrum and the iliac bones meet. The main function of the SI joint is to connect the spine and the pelvis. Major reasons for pain around the SI joint include arthritis, different leg lengths, wearing of cartilage, trauma from impact, pelvic fractures, pregnancy, and muscle tightness. So with this, you don't want to do twisting, so any twisted crunching or turning of the hips. Might need to modify for lunges, bungee. So this exercise, the bungee around the foot, heavy load, single leg pushings and squats. So this is like this area, lower than the lower back, like right at the top of the butt. Huh?
Get paid there.
Oh no. From what?
Like all those things.
All those things bother you?
When, no, not like day to day, but like
Yeah.
if it like acts up,
Mm-hmm.
then like all those things.
Bungee would bother it, twisting, lunges?
Mm.
Damn.
Especially, it's like kind of the same as if you like don't hinge forward, like.
Yeah, that's why hinging forward on the lunge is important.
Like actually. Believe.
Yeah, but it only bothers you when it acts up, not like
It's just like a cage.
just occasion.
I don't know.
Maybe from dancing? Dancing really can fuck the body up.
Yeah.
All the dancers, especially ballet dancers, they have a big problem.
Yeah, well, I was for like, but that's when I tore my hip, they told me, they first me out. All, not all, most dancers are there. They're too flexible. That's my option.
Are you too flexible?
Well, my hip is flexible.
But yeah, like hip flexors, but.
Yeah, he said that's super common when doing this.
Really?
That's
Because my neighbor, she's 67, she's a professional ballet.
Yeah.
Dude, she has crazy, hip problem.
It's,
Yeah.
there's, we're super, like, you're more flexible, your tendons are more stretched, so you're like. Yeah, it's.
If you do Pilates?
Yeah, she actually has a small Pilates reform at home.
Oh, okay.
But she's a professional ballerina,
Mm-hmm.
but she has a.
Yeah, the belly.
Yeah, I think Pilates, maybe more classical Pilates would help with this issue. Cause Pilates will like strengthen the little muscles around that area to help you be more supportive. But I would say like a little bit more classical Pilates would help with that.
That was the first thing. to do.
Yeah.
Pilates, yeah, Pilates is great for all these, every injury.
Yeah, exactly. I used to do ice skating.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I don't know how many times I dropped.
you have strong legs and.
Yes,
It's good to have really strong.
yeah, it makes your hamstring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say that like I was a dancer and it wasn't until I started doing Pilates that I felt like my issues in my body went away. I've never had like major injuries, but after doing Pilates for a while, I just like my body felt great. Like I used to have like hip crunchiness, that went away. Yeah, I used to have like tight hip flexors. I mean, and I did yoga all the time, and I felt like yoga made it worse, and Pilates made it better. Yeah. Okay. Low back pain. The lower back supports most of the body's weight and is the most common place in the body for pain or discomfort. In addition to pain, one may also have stiffness and decreased movement. General contraindications. So leg extension during supine abdominals. Yeah, this you'll get a lot of people saying, I can't lift and lower my legs when I'm doing lying down crunches. Like they'll have to like keep their legs close to their body or like cross their legs. They can't like straighten them. C curve again, showed you guys that. So like teaser will bother the lower back. Carriage crunch. That's the one where you're sitting back here. And your feet are here. And you do this one. To modify for that, they can keep their legs still and just like do a little pulse up and down. We can hold on to this. If it still hurts their back, then I would have them lie down on their back and do some ab work lying down. Side overs is like mermaid. You guys know this one? High plank. So plank that's not on the knees. Excessive squats or extended holds in squat positions. So I would do more shallow squats or have them not do squats at all. They could lie down and do some bridges. Bridges are really good to help with lower back pain. Bridges and clamshells. Anytime someone has an injury where they're not able to do squats and lunges, have them do clamshells, bridges, because it's good for them.
It's good for low back and what was the other thing you said?
Clamshells.
Bridges and clamshells are good for low back.
Oh, and helps with, well, clamshells help with ankle, knee, back, and hip injuries. And then bridges help strengthen, obviously, the legs, but also the lower back. But some people with lower back pain, bridges might not feel good either. Clamshells always works for everyone. Okay, last page, pregnancy. Pregnancy and postpartum. Pregnancy, birth, and postpartum are unique and individual experiences. The following offers some general guidelines as it relates to group classes. Okay, always, every time someone pregnant comes to your class and, well, they tell you they're pregnant, ask them what trimester they're in, because this is gonna matter. When they're in their first trimester, they could do so much more than any other trimester. After they've hit their second trimester, you're modifying for them like crazy. But in their first trimester, they can pretty much do everything that they've already been doing. The rule of thumb with Pilates is if you're pregnant, and you've never done a Pilates class before ever in your life, you shouldn't start Pilates once you're pregnant. Unless you're like doing a private and it's very gentle Pilates. I wouldn't just join a class once you're pregnant. You should have started Pilates before you got pregnant. Too late. No, but not to be mean, but that's the rule of thumb.
After they give
Yeah,
birth.
yeah. But if someone is pregnant and they've been doing Pilates before their pregnancy, then they can continue to keep doing it. Okay, first trimester, if the client is healthy, has normal pregnancy and has been cleared by her physician, it is safe to continue their their pre-pregnancy routine in the class setting. Encourage communication and check in frequently. Encourage breaks as needed. So first trimester, they'll have a lot of nausea. So I find that usually they have to take breaks because of their nausea. Okay, so things you shouldn't do: too heavy of weights, long sequences without modifications, overheated room. This is very important. People who are pregnant should not like sweat. Make sure the air conditioner is on. And if they're starting to sweat, you need to tell them to take a break. They need to stop sweating. The overheating is not good. Moderate or maximal adductor contraction. What's adductor?
Inner.
Yes, no inner thighs.
No inner.
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Because when you're pregnant, your hips joints gets all loose and in preparation to deliver the baby. And so with inner thighs, you're like risking more joint dysfunction around that area. So yeah, anytime you have someone pregnant and you do inner thighs, like say you're doing the straps on the feet like we did today, I just have them do all the stuff without the ball or without the ring. Yeah.
So they shouldn't do so much core exercise.
Yes, we're getting to that. But first trimester, they can do core exercises. Just make sure you're not doing like at the back kneeling crunch, one orange. Maybe they should do a yellow instead. First trimester is
3 months, the first 3 months.
I don't know.
First
I just
trimester.
ask them because they'll be like, I'm 23 weeks. I'm like, okay, are you in first or second trimester? That's all I need to know. I actually don't know. I'll just ask.
It's like 3 months, so the first three is
The first 3
trimester,
months.
Second 3 months for second trimester, and then third.
Okay. Okay, that sounds right. I always get confused with that, so I just ask them, are you in your first or second or yeah. But yeah, so seems like it might be first 3 months.
Yeah.
I think that's right. So basically when they're in the first trimester, they can do everything they were doing before they were pregnant, just not like I said, don't go so crazy with it. Make sure they're not overheated, make sure they take breaks when they feel like they need to take a break. Make sure you're not doing too heavy, crazy springs, like you're not doing one orange at the back kneeling crunch, instead do one yellow for them. Just like a little bit more gentler than usual. And then no inner thighs.
What about like a crazy, I feel like I was like crazy.
Yes.
I just like that's cool. I just be like, I would say that. Or like,
If what? Say that
like
again?
they're like going really out. and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you see it, or
Yes. Yes.
I feel like a lot of Pilates are probably
Yeah, they are. They're crazy. Yeah. This one girl the other day, I was like, you can't do inner thighs anymore. And she's like, you can't do inner thighs anymore.
like.
Yeah. Yeah, she was joking, but like, yeah, it's like, I'm just keeping you safe and making sure that your baby's safe. Like, they appreciate it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If anyone gets mad at you, then they're lame for that.
I saw someone, she was, I think more than 6 months, and she was doing the skating.
Skating's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, they can do as much like legs and arms as they want throughout pregnancy. But
Don't worry that they fall.
I know, I
That
said
likes
to
your-
yeah, so that's second trimester. You want to make sure when they're standing up, they have a pole they're holding on to. Or they're just not standing on top of the machine at all, especially like I have a girl who's 9 months right now. I don't let her stand on the machine at all. Everything,
9 months.
yeah. She does everything on the ground. And guess what? When she takes classes, we're doing lying down exercises most of the time. Because it just makes it easier on myself. Okay, second trimester. Oh, here we go. 16 weeks postpartum. Oh, and 16 weeks postpartum.
Is that up to 16 weeks?
Yeah. So this is for people who are in their second trimester all the way to 16 weeks postpartum. Yeah. All right, so their joint. What?
Done.
I know, right? I'm like, I didn't write this, by the way. Joints. Hormones during pregnancy cause the ligaments that support joints to become relaxed. When the joint is more mobile, it's at risk of injury. So that's what I was saying with like the inner thighs. That's why you're not supposed to do inner thighs. They're more at risk for injury because everything's loosey-goosey down there. Balance. The extra weight in front of the body shift the center of the extra weight in front of the body shift the center of gravity. So they're already off balance just walking around in their daily lives because they're pregnant. So as far as giving them even more of a balance challenge on top of that, it's not the best idea. This places stress on the joints and muscles, especially the pelvis and low back. This creates instability and greater fall risk. So first trimester, I think they're fine to stand on top of the machine. I mean, it's case by case basis, use your best judgment. But second trimester, you don't want them doing any standing on top of the machine. Any lunge done on top of the machine, they're gonna do on the ground. So they could do floor lunge. They could do, no, not split squat. They could do squats on the ground. They could do floor lunge. Sometimes I'll lift the bar up for them and then they hold on to it and they can do like curtsy lunge, stuff like that. Breathing. During exercise, oxygen and blood flow are directed to the muscles and away from other areas of the body. During pregnancy, the need for oxygen increases. As the belly grows, the uterus creates increased pressure on the diaphragm, causing shortness of breath. Okay. So that's why they're not supposed to lie down onto their back. Second trimester and on. You're using a wedge. Okay, so Caitlin and Katya, this thing. They have to lie on this anytime they lay on the back, from second trimester to the end of their pregnancy.
Yeah, how do you use that?
So. Can you take this?
What is it called?
This is a wedge. You just put it right here in between the shoulder posts. And then they lay down onto it like this. So now their head is not lower than their belly. Their head is above their heart, and then they're able to breathe better. It's really comfortable if you guys want to try it. Actually, I prefer pregnancy classes sometimes over normal classes because the cushions are so comfortable. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's not even using that class.
So this is good for someone with the lower back pain too, right?
Yeah, actually, sometimes we use this for people with lower
Yeah,
back
because
pain.
they don't feel the pressure
Yeah.
on the lower back.
Yeah, but wedges are used for people with injuries too.
And
Yeah. Okay, so anytime you have a pregnant person. And they're 2 month, second trimester and on, always use the wedge. It's a must.
If they're two pregnant,
If they're laying on their back. Probably like,
Yes. We do have another wedge that's. Not as nice. So, but if you have like, everyone's pregnant, say worst case scenario. Every single, you have like 8 people here, they're all pregnant, and there's only one wedge.
Mhm.
Ball goes behind the head.
They can't crunch, right?
No, you cannot crunch.
Oh,
Um,
so like, if you're doing the arms, the crunches, you have to like this to the arms, and like.
yes, so,
Lie down.
yeah, so if you're pregnant, you're in class. And everyone else is doing a crunch, you're just doing this. And then you could give them like triceps to do, they can still move their legs. They could go their arms. It's still hard, your abs are still stable.
they do next to stay healthy.
Yep, they could do leg circles. Thank you. Okay, and then when they're lying down on their side body, they can keep their wedge. Or they could just use a ball. Lying down on your side is fine, as long as they have the ball under their head. And if they're like, oh, I don't want the ball under my head, you have to. You have to.
Fall under the head.
Yeah, when you're lying down on your side.
But what kind of exercises do you prefer for the pregnant? Legs and shoulders,
Legs and arms.
like
No balancing challenges,
no core.
no inner thighs. They could do planks up until like a certain point. Once they're towards the end of their pregnancy, they shouldn't be doing any planks. But they could do like planks on their knees. No kneeling crunch, obviously. They could do saw and wheelbarrow. Okay, diastasis recti, a separation between the left and right side of the rectus abdominis muscle. Over 2/3 of women experience separated abdominals at some point during or post-pregnancy. Increased tension on the abdominal wall may aggravate or lead to diastasis recti. So basically, yeah, it's a tear in your abdominal wall. You can get it from just being pregnant or doing too much abdominal exercises while pregnant.
You can get it not pregnant too.
Really?
Yeah, if you don't pull in your abs. I have separation.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you
can
know?
test- You can test it by pushing your fingers into it and you can see how.
I don't want to. That feels weird.
You probably have amazing. Body helps pull it back together, but
Oh.
if you do like ab exercises, you know how they say like don't bubble out your abs? You like always pull your abs in. If you bubble out your abs, as you exercise, that actually will hinge up your stomach.
Wow.
It separates your,
Mhm.
it creates that separation. So you do like a lot of times women who are like fit, but their stomach is out, it's because probably, and they do abs all the time, they're actually like. That's why they say look at your belly and pull it in, but if you're doing like exercises and your belly is bubbled out, you're actually creating like separation. Women can get it, or anyone can get it. I've had it. My sister.
You got rid of it?
My sister does exercises for that, and she was.
Oh, wow.
She was like, "You have it, you have it."
Oh, wow. And did Pilates help with that?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
good.
really good for it. But it's basically like you bubble out your belly when you do that workout. That's why they would say like put in your belly.
Yeah, and they call it coning.
Yes, coning. That's what.
So, or like dome, you don't want when you work your abs to feel like, especially when you're pregnant, that like you're starting to, everything is coming towards the middle.
Yeah.
You want it to be all drawn in, just like how we learn for posture, draw your ribs in, knit your abdominals in, pull your pelvis in, like you're wearing a corset and zipping up tight jeans. Mhm. Okay, contraindications for second trimester. Direct abdominal crunches, sorry, direct abdominal exercises. So once they're in the second trimester and beyond, no crunches, no planks, no side overs.
No
So-
sides?
So like this one,
Oh, okay.
yeah. They could do side planks. Not too late in your pregnancy, but you can just hold the plank and pulse. You don't want to do twisting. No twisting ever. The main things with pregnancy is no lying flat on your back, no crunches, no twisting, no balancing.
No, please.
Oh, no inner thighs.
Only on your belly?
Yeah, right, obviously. No lying on your belly.
For women.
I know.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously. It's not fair. I like wanna give a book to all these men and just be like.
I know.
"This is all the time we do."
My fiance wants me to have a baby. I'm just like,
Aw.
you have the baby.
No way.
4/24/24.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yay. In Chicago?
No, we're probably just gonna go to the courthouse and then a big honeymoon. Yeah. Okay, so then no lightweight lunges because like if you do a lunge on one yellow, you're gonna be more likely to fall. So if I give them a floor lunge, I'll put them on an orange and a yellow, so they feel more supported by the spring. If you're at the front of the machine. So, no moderate or maximum adductor contraction. What's that mean again? Yes, inner thighs. And range stretching, so like folding forwards. Like this. So that will make them dizzy and also lose their breath because your head needs to be above your heart. Supine positions means lying down on your back, but you can lie down on your back if you have the wedge. Heavy pushing or pulling weights. This one I didn't know until like recently, but like pull-ups, really not good. Don't have pregnant women past their second trimester do pull-ups or pull downs, anything like heavy pulling or pushing, heavy pushing. Balance on the machine, jumping. Okay, we did it. So on your test, there's gonna be a pregnancy question, but all the other things we learned today for modification, not gonna be on the test.
Just pregnancy, just one thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
So what are the questions?
I think it's like, how would you modify for someone who's pregnant, something like that, yeah.
Is this a written test or like multiple choice?
Yeah, I was gonna.
It's multiple choice.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
about belly.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go over the test, like getting you guys prepared for the test.
Is that that one gonna be on the 18th?
Yes.
Okay.
On the 18th, you'll have a written test. It's very short, and then you'll do your mock class.
And it's
Oh, okay.
right away.
I think so. I think you'll get your certificate that day. Yeah.
Well, press the machine.
Do. Okay, any questions?
When you do, this might be working, but if you do. You just go on lighter springs for pregnant. Right?
Not for lunges.
Oh, I mean, if we're doing, let's say, leg press or,
Yeah, leg press.
but you would take a spring.
I would do, that's a really good question, because you're not supposed to do pull-ups, right? Or
No.
heavy pushing, so heavy pushing includes heavy pushing with legs. With leg press, I would do lighter springs or put the strap around their foot and do one orange, one yellow, leg press that way instead.
So instead of doing it with the bar, you will do it with
Strap,
the strap
Yeah.
and lighter.
yeah.
And
What about cardio?
No jumping. Remember, they can't get overheated.
Like,
Mhm,
damn it.
yeah,
I didn't know that, so I didn't.
it overheats the baby.
Can't cook it too fast.
Yeah. Any questions?
Is there any you personally have a preferred exercise that your clients, pregnant people, women like?
Um,
Or that they say, oh, this feels so good or whatever.
that feels good. I don't know, remember them saying anything feels good. But they just wanna really work the arms and legs. And that's all they can work. Yeah, you can do leg circles, you can do stretching with them, no twisting, no twist. So these are the main thing to think about. For pregnant people, no lying flat on the back. Absolutely no twisting, none, no twisting ever, ever, ever. That's gonna cut off the circulation to the baby. No inner thighs, no balancing. No heavy pushing and pulling of weight. And keep the head above the heart.
Why do those women have like rock hard abs? We see those women who are like pregnant and have like six pack.
No. My mom got her six pack. My mom got her abs like right after she had me.
What?
Yeah.
Good genes. We're lucky.
She worked out way more than I did.
That's so good genes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually for public information.
yeah, for if you guys get pregnant, now you know. But like, as you teach more, it will become more second nature as far as when someone comes into your class and being like, do you have any injuries? And they're like, yes, I have this. And then you just tell them, okay, when we do this move, do this instead. Or like, just instead of, if you have wrist issues, then just be on your elbows the whole time. Like telling them individually helps a lot. Any questions before we move on? Okay, so it's 4:38. So now let's do practice teaching the rest of the class. Are you guys ready to do that? Okay, how about I give you guys like 10 minutes to look over your notes and mentally prepare, and then you'll teach each other abs and legs. Do you guys want to teach everyone or do small groups?
We can teach everyone since we are just four.
Okay. Okay, and Caitlin and Katya, so the rest of the session today, they're just gonna be practice teaching. You guys can stay and watch if you want, or you can leave. It's your choice. Are you guys gonna do Zoom again tomorrow? Do you think?
Really.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have a fever right now when I'm in bed, so I don't want to like get anyone else sick over there.
Okay, I think that you guys should go and rest now. Thanks for coming, even though you were sick. And I will send you guys the link tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Feel better. Bye, guys.
Thank you.